Hello everyone and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 17 deadline stream with me, Holly Shand. We've got just over 90 minutes to go till the Gameweek 17 deadline. We've had big news today that Erling Haaland is unlikely to play against Crystal Palace. In fact, there are doubts that he's even available for the first game of the Club World Cup. So Pep Guardiola far more clear with player availability than we can ever have imagined in his press conference today. So I'm quite excited now to approach this game week hopefully with a full slate of information. I've got 2 free transfers to make today. No, I haven't. Ignore that. I've got 1 free transfer. I'm looking to make two transfers for a -4. It's the same transfers that I pitched on my team selection earlier in the week. So lots to get through today. I'm going to round up the news from the press conferences from earlier. This is my 4th time in front of the camera today. I was on Sky Sports News this morning, then I did the press conference stream, then I was on Fanzone on the Premier League channel, and now I'm back with the deadline stream. The deadline is tonight. Do not miss it. And if you are here, make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel as well. We hit 29,000 subs on the deadline stream, which was super, super exciting. Hopefully aiming to get to 30k by the end of the year, but I am going to need all your help to get there. If you are here, come and say hello in the chat. First thing I'm going to do is put my team as it stands on screen. Haaland has now been turned into 25% chance. I wouldn't even rate him that high a chance of starting. Watkins is definitely coming back in for me. Seriously regretted selling him for Núñez a few weeks ago. And I want to use those funds. I want Trent in my defence. I'm going to have to sell Tsimikas to do it because I'm already tripled up on Liverpool players. But that's where I'm looking. I mean, to be fair, I don't know why I haven't made these moves yet, if I'm honest. But I haven't yet. I'm kind of hoping that maybe we get a little bit more news from somewhere. I mean, Haaland to Watkins, I'm definitely going to do. In fact, let me just do that now, because I know I'm definitely going to do that. The -4, I guess, is a bit more up for... It's done. -4, there's probably a bit more up for discussion there. I've done Haaland to Watkins. So, yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. As always, I've got the tweet deck open. The chat is live as well, so do come and say hello. I've summed up the most important news from the press conferences, or the ones that impacted my team anyway. Haaland likely to miss Crystal Palace. I think it's fine to sell him with that blank game week 18 as mine in mind as well. Can't get my words out today. I think you can tell this is my fourth time in front of the camera today. And then Gordon faces a late fitness test, but I personally think he'll feature, so I would hold him and start him and hope for the best. I think the fact that Eddie Howe hasn't ruled him out of this game is quite important. The fixtures over the next 3 are really nice anyway, so I think it's fine to have him for the next few game weeks and hope you get something out of him. So that's where I'm at with things. Tsimikas to Trent. I need to remember to do that before the deadline, but plenty of time to go on that one. But thank you everyone that has joined on the Friday deadline. I can see VJ is in the chat and modding, as is Akshat. Thank you guys for joining once again. VJ says aiming for 150 likes on stream. We're only at 22 at the moment from what I can see, so help a girl out. Let's get that number up a bit higher if you haven't done so already. Abod says start Hwang or Semenyo. I think I'd go Hwang. It is a bit quieter this stream than some deadline streams, so hopefully I can get through quite a lot of your questions. So keep dropping them in the chat. Harold says, how many times can you use your free hit? You only get 1 a season, I'm afraid. Light Rays is in. Hi again, Holly, and to all the people in the stream. Good to see you. Glyn is in. Harold's making Solanke his captain. That is bold. Vicky Osborne says, Taylor to Sensei. Oh, I'm not convinced, you know. I mean, if you need another defender this week, then yeah, go for it. But I think long term, there's better options. If we look at the Fantasy Football Hub predictions for defenders, priced up to 5 million over the next 4 game weeks. I mean, Gusto's up there. Pau Torres is up there. I guess you've not got much to spend. He's only 4.4, isn't he? Davies and Gusto ahead of him in the predictions and Dan Burns. So, yeah, maybe not the worst idea. I just don't know if it's very exciting. Ayers, is it in? Tanisha, hi Holly, I'm transferring in Salon for Bowen and Haaland for Watkins. Is that good? Yeah, absolutely. Liban says, we love you, Holly. Thank you. Mr. Blanky is in. Nabin says hello. As does Abdul Krim. Abod says, smash the like button, guys. Yeah, let's get that done. We're not even at 50 yet. Abel Krim says, Gordon start or no? We don't know. We could get some news. As always, I have got the tweet deck open. So if anything comes in while we're live, I'll have it for you guys. I've got various tabs open with various places where I could potentially get news. I'm just going to check the tweet deck while I've got it open, make sure that not missed anything while we've been chatting. I think it's all fairly clear at the moment. And I will go through the injury news in just a second as well. In fact, maybe I'll do that now, actually. Fact says Bowen captain. That is bold. To be fair, though, he is third in the hub predictions for scores this week. Fact says stay clear of Isaac, and I'd say the same, to be fair. Yeah, third in the predictions behind Son and Salah, so maybe it's not the worst thing. So just to sum up then what we've already had today in the press conferences. Late fitness tests for Tielemans and Bailey for Villa. And Burmo out for a long time if you had held on to him. Shaw has returned to training and could be available for the Liverpool game, as can Rashford, but Maguire and Martial is out. Martinelli should be back from illness. Nkunku can be involved for Chelsea for the first time in the Premier League. Sanchez out for a few weeks, though. No updates from Pep or Grealish or Doku, but he did give us crucial updates on Haaland. He came back to England yesterday after having treatment in Spain. He'll see the City doctors today. He doesn't think he'll play against Palace. It's not fractured, it's just a stress. We see if he plays the first or second game at the Club World Cup. Don't think he plays against Palace. So that's all you need to know. A few other updates elsewhere. Not a huge amount, to be fair. Barnes out until January for Newcastle. Will put the pressure on Gordon to start. A late fitness test today, but Eddie Howe has not ruled him out, which is positive. Lo Celso added to the injury list of Spurs. Dyche pleased with how Doucouré's playing at the moment. So a few bits and bobs there for you to consider. But the main focus for the next hour probably is going to be on answering your questions. And we'll keep an eye on things on the tweet deck as well. Nick, I sold Alvarez early to get Watkins in before the price rise. Could have waited and done Haaland to Watkins. Yeah, I did say earlier in the week, information's so key this week. And I think now that Haaland's injured, and especially with Son and Salah off to the Asia Cup and AFCON in January, I don't think money's going to be an issue for us in FPL for the next 2 months. So for that reason, patience is everything, because it's going to be very rare in this window that you're going to get priced out of moves and information. It's points over pounds, what we like to say as FPL managers. Zuba, all those content creators, but we want the maths teacher turned content creator, Holly Shand. You are in the right place, Zuba. Appreciate that, buddy. Let's get this stream up to 50 likes, guys. Abod, start Hwang or Semenyo? I would go with Hwang. Yamo, is Isaac for Haaland worth a hit? No, I don't think so. I think there's better options than Isaac in terms of replacements. Let's have a look at forwards, predicted points for the next four. Watkins top, Fernandes second, Isaac third, Nunes fourth, Solanke fifth. Haaland to DCL temporarily. You can't bet on a player with a poor injury record going into this congested rounds of games. Yeah, we've got a weekend round of fixtures. The next deadline's on Thursday. Then there's a midweek. Then there's another weekend. And there's between game week 17 and 18, there's League Cup quarterfinals as well. Everton still involved, of course. Everton play Fulham at home on Tuesday. And then we've got Chelsea v Newcastle on Tuesday as well, and Liverpool v West Ham on Wednesday. Scott is in, said good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you, Scott. Facts said stay clear of Isaac. VJ says hello. Phoenix as well. Tom, member, thanks for joining, Tom. So it looks like Areola is fit. Do I play him or Dubravka? I'd prefer Dubravka to Areola, just about. Fact says was transferring Semenyo out for Foden and just brought in Bernardo. Was that a mistake in the transfer? Sorry to hear that. Gotta be careful. Azro, bench Lascelles or Gordon? I'd bench Lascelles. I'd start Gordon. Rui, sell Hwang or Gordon for Son? I think Hwang to Son. Kyler, start Palmer or João Pedro with a 3-4-3. I think Palmer's probably safer. Better fixture as well. Julian, is it worth to swap Trent for Tsimikas? I don't know is the answer, but I'm doing it. Abdo is saying Alvarez captain and predicting 26 points. Yeah, it's Alvarez's time to shine in the absence of Haaland. Let's put it that way. Abod, bench one, Saka, Hwang, Bowen, Palmer, Isaac, Watkins, Semenyo. Probably Hwang. Ice G, thoughts on Luis Diaz captain? I don't love it. Let's see. Let's check Ben Dinnery's predicted lineups. Oh, I don't actually know whether this is the right one now I've come into it. Here we go. I mean, I should imagine Diaz starts. Yeah, but whether he's the best pick, I'm not convinced. We've got a super chat in from Kesh Studios. Thank you. What about Nkunku, considering the fixtures for Chelsea? Yeah, I think there's something to be gained from Nkunku. I guess the only downside is that he's an unproven asset in the Premier League. And also, there is no guarantees that he starts. In Ben's predicted lineup, Nkunku is not starting. I think he will. I think given the amount of time he's been off injured, his minutes will have to be managed carefully in this period. And I think it would be a bold move to bring him back to start after such a long time out. And Dr. Waleed has said Nkunku may only play for 20 minutes max. I've got to agree there. I think he's one for a few weeks' time, but not right now. Matthew Dwan, if you're free hitting, would you have the Chelsea goalkeeper, Petrovic? Probably not, no. because I doubt you need the funds on the free hit. I'd go for like a Martinez. I don't think you need to save money by going with that pick. I don't think free hit's a good option though for this week, because I think any problems that you have this week are likely to still be problems next week. And I think the free hit's far more powerful in a double game week later in the season. Uproar says, hi Holly, Trent or Porro, considering keeping them for 6 game weeks or more? I don't think money's an issue. I think Trent's the one. If we look at defenders, predicted points, let's look, what did you say, for 6 game weeks or more? Let's look at the next 6. Trent's predicted to outscore Porro by 4.5 points. But both are, you know, by far and away the best picks. To Burke's shots, having a Newcastle player in my team, is it a good option? Yeah, I think the difficulty at the moment with Newcastle players is the amount of changes in the team. They've got a lot of injuries at the minute. Anthony Gordon, when fit, is by far and away the best attacking pick. Defensively, it becomes a bit more difficult. Obviously, Trippier suspended this week. Lascelles potentially losing his place to Botman, who's meant to be on the bench for the weekend. Burn back in now, looking like a great option as well. Scott says Raya or Areola to start. It's got to be Raya, surely. There's not many... Areola's doing well in the predicted points, but there's not many goalkeepers that I would choose to bench for Areola. Put it that way. Ice G, any updates from the doctor? No, I don't know if we're going to hear anything else out of City tonight. Just checking if we've had any more updates. Yeah, there's nothing around right now. There was the account that posted about Haaland being out last week, said that he should have an update pre-deadline. I've already made the move, though. I'm happy to sell Haaland this week. Bring him back in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Could be out for a bit yet. We're 2/3 of the way there to get up to 100 likes on the stream. So thank you, everyone that has shared it so far. Killerat is in and modding. Good to see you. He says, happy Friday. Member for 4 months now. At the captain pick level, which means access to the WhatsApp group as well. Right, let's jump into some more questions then. Yes, I have Kabore on the bench. Should I play him and bench Trippier? Or transfer Trippier to Pedro Porro? I think Trippier is a good long-term hold once we get out of this game week. So if we look at predicted points for defenders from game week 18 through to 24, he's sandwiched between Trent and Porro. I think if money's not an option, in a few weeks' time, we could be running with a back line of Porro, Trippier and Trent. So it seems silly to transfer Trippier out when you're probably going to want him straight back. Especially now that Newcastle are not in Europe. So I think I'd probably just play Kabore. Can you not go from Kabore to Porro? Are you keeping Haaland? Vicky, who would you sell cash for? Trent or Porro? Nick says that makes a Diaby start more likely. Yeah, let's have a look what Ben said for the Villa predicted lineup. He's got both of them to start, actually, which is interesting. And he's got Tielemans as well. There's Jacob Ramsey in there as well. So there's lots of factors in play. Rakshot has now been a member for 6 months. Long-term supporters of the channel now. He says, guys, please don't spam the chat. I am probably going to get through most questions, at least in this period. Let's get the stream up to 150 likes. Yeah, why not? Let's be ambitious. We're at 76 at the minute. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We are on a mission to get to 30k for the end of the year. So we've got 16 days to do it. I need 932. So there's a bit of work to be done, I'll be honest. But where there's hope, you gotta go for it and hope for the best. I've lost my place in the chat now, which if you're a regular watcher, you'll know this happens quite a lot. Mohammed says, please try to make it clear if Gordon is starting. I have Nunes on the bench and I don't like it. I wouldn't bench Nunes. Ben Dinnery, by the way, is a Newcastle fan. Let's see if Gordon's in his predicted lineup. He is. I'm expecting him to start, but that's more of a gut feeling for me. There's no science to it. Paulo, -4 to get Porro. Have Tsimikas, Sensi and Zinchenko. I think you get him next week on a free transfer. Matthew says, who is your best goalkeeper on FPL? I think long term, I think if money's not an issue, I think you can spend big. I think you could go with a Martinez. Let's look at the next 8 for goalkeepers. Dubravka first, Raya second. I'd ignore Petrovic. Then it's Alisson, Edison, Martinez. Martinez could be the one for me. Dubravka if you don't want to spend the funds, though. By the way, all the features that I'm showing you are available for Fantasy Football Hub members with that 30-day free trial. Let me pin that, actually. So 30-day free trial on Fantasy Football Hub. You can get the predicted points. You can also get your AI recommended transfers for the game week, which is quite useful. I think mine actually says now Haaland to Watkins, or at least as the backup, as the alternative move, Haaland to Watkins. But you'll get the predicted lineups, the predicted points, all the underlying numbers. And with a 30-day free trial, that'll get you covered for the next 5 game weeks. So you don't actually need to spend a penny. And if you're not enjoying it, then obviously you can cancel. Let me see what I've got here. Yeah, that's not a leak. Sorry, I just had a notification, but I thought it was a leak, but it's not. Probably a bit early to get Spurs team news. It's whether anything has come out of today's training sessions at various clubs. I'll check while I'm around. I will just have a little look at the tweet deck as well. Yeah, I think nothing at the moment, by the looks of things. Ishak, should I captain Trent or Solanke? I don't love either as captain. Salah, Son, Saka if you must. That's where you need to go in terms of captaincy. Killer Rat said it could be a drinking game. Take a drink every time Holly loses place in the chat. Yeah, I'm sure someone will make a bingo at some point. The news on Gordon is that he faces a late fitness test, but I feel like he'll be involved. And even if he isn't, the fixtures are nice longer term anyway. Hugo, start 3 of Tsimikas, Lascelles, Saliba and Porro. Similar to my team, I think you can bench Lascelles. Phobia says Haaland won't play yet. It's very unlikely. That Pep in his press conference was mentioning his availability for the Club World Cup. So the fact that he's looking at will he be available for a game in a week's time suggests that he's not going to be available for the game that's tomorrow. Jesse, start Dubravka or Areola. I'd go Dubravka. Adam says, what do you think of Nkunku to start? I don't think it's going to happen. Start Trent or Mikalenko? Gotta be Trent. Phoenix, hot take, Haaland to Magbama. Start that man. You're rolling back to game week 1. Mohammed says, would Cash start for Villa anymore or should be sold? Yeah, I don't think he will. I think he's a sell. Unfortunately, he looked like a great pick earlier in the season, you know, playing every game, attacking, playing out of position. But now he's not even in contention. So, Jorgen, what do you think about taking out Gabriel and McTominay for Porro and Richarlison? Already got Son. If it's 2 free transfers, that's fine. Jerome says Darwin for Haaland or Solanke. Haaland. You've got to take Haaland out, I think. Abdel, start Isaac over Gordon. Is it safe? No, absolutely. It's not safe. I mean, it's really difficult to predict minutes. They're both predicted to start by Ben. I think it's a bit of a tough coin toss. Isaac, if he starts, is on pen, so maybe that's a factor. But Gordon hasn't blanked at home, so... Ishak, who should I captain, Trent or Solanke? Have I not just done that one? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Please don't repeat the questions in the chat, though. Dr. Waleed, Haaland's dropping in price by tonight. Sold him to Solanke. I don't think we need to worry about price changes too much, but yeah. Just on that. Here we go. These are the price changes. So going up in price tonight. Potentially Neto, Porro, Alvarez, Mengi, Watkins, Solanke, Son, Udogie. I've brought in one of those. And going down, Evans, Mitchell, Douglas Luiz, Martinelli, Neto, Haaland, and Burmo. And then you can see tomorrow's prices as well. Again, another perk of being a member on Fantasy Football Hub. 99% accuracy so far this season. Abdul Krim, what do I think of Colwell and Nkunku? Nkunku, I don't know if he'll start this week, so I'm ruling him out for this week. Colwell, again, was subject to a bit of rotation last week, which puts me off him. I guess the situation with Cucurella helps him, doesn't it? Because he's now out with no return date. And he was the one that Colwell was benched for. Derek, with the Haaland news going to use my wildcard now, who would be your must-haves? So if it's on wildcard, I'd probably go Watkins, Darwin up front. I'd have Salah, Saka and Son in midfield. And I'd have Trent and Porro in defence. That would be my core of 7 players that I would go with on a wildcard. Also on the My Team tool, it does give you a wildcard team. And this updates throughout the week, depending on injury news and, you know, from week to week. So it's gone Watkins, Isaac, but he's got Salah, Son, Saka, Trent and Porro. Dubravka, Areola, budget goalkeeper pairing. He's probably got funds in the bank, to be fair, to get most of the way back to Haaland. Share, Gabriel and Zinchenko, the other defenders. Archer, the budget forward. Palmer and Bowen in there as well. Finn, selling Salah before Newcastle at home in order to get Haaland for Sheffield United. Yeah, I think if we get desperate to get Haaland back, that's probably going to be the easiest way of getting there. Dr. Waleed, Alvarez can only give an assist, nothing more. Yeah, but his position will change with Haaland out. Killer sold Darwin for Watkins and Gay to Saliba. Don't know if I'd be buying an Arsenal defender on their recent performances. Hugo, start 3 of Simicast. I've done that one already. Zuber, Solanke and Porro for a hit instead of Haaland and a defender. Who comes in? Who does Porro come in for? Sounds okay. We all sell Haaland. He comes off the pitch and gets a brace. Nah, it's not going to happen. Mike with a non-FPL question. I think this should be encouraged. Should I lock in a 5-year mortgage at 4.86% or stick with my current 6% interest until interest rates drop? I don't think rates are going to drop that quickly. The savings rates are going up. The base rate's been frozen for 3 months in a row now. So I think I'd go at 4.86%. You're going to hate me when I say that I locked in at 1.36% 18 months ago for 5 years. Cochrane, watch Haaland starting Hull. There seems to be a lot on this. Balaji wants to hold Haaland for now. Yeah, when I did a poll on the press stream earlier, it was kind of 2/3 were going for holding and 1/3 were looking at selling. By the way, guys, we are at 99 likes. Take it over the line. Just have a look at the tweet deck. We are 1 hour and 3 minutes out to the deadline. This is the point where Simon realises he's watching on delay and he's 10 minutes behind. Hopefully the timestamp helps you stay up to date with where we are in real time. Yeah, nothing there since I last looked, I don't think. Simicast to Trent's going to be the -4, though, for me this week. Killerat's got going with the Arsenal defence and going with his gut. FPL obsessed. Would you start Flacken or Dubravka this week? Dubravka. Keelan, Livramento or Iwobi. If this is to start, I think I'd go Livramento. Solanke captain, I hate it. Lost my place in the chat again. Time to drink, Killerat. Another bingo, Simon delayed. Yeah. Yeah, Cochrane with an interesting question. How long is Sanchez expected to be out? Is it even worth looking at his backup? No, I think he's only going to be out for a few weeks. And Mike says, banter aside, love the channel and want to say a big thanks for all your help this year. Thank you. Scott, I don't know if I've missed your question before. He asked Raya or Areola to start. I'd go Raya. Balaji says, did you sell Haaland? Yeah, I did it about 20 minutes ago. I did it on the stream. Giles, with the funds from selling Haaland and 2 frees, would you prefer Solanke and Trent or Son and Darwin? Son and Darwin. I think some could come in useful for captaincy next week. Yeah, Mitchell back for Palace. Abdul Krim. Bishal looking at Mbermo replacements. I think Gordon and Palmer are still up there. Excuse me. Let's have a look at the predicted points. Can't handle that many drinks. Keep it on water. What was he looking at? Midfielders. There's Bowen in there as well. Bowen, Gordon, Palmer all quite close on predicted points. Then Sterling. By the way, guys, I don't know if you can see this. Try not to destroy the office in the process. Oh no, this is going to work a nightmare. Hang on. What do I need? Let me just concentrate on what I need to do. So I don't. Can I just toggle that off? There we go. I'll be back normal. Sorry, I did this last week as well. Hopefully you can hear me. Every time I knock my mic, the cable comes out. But yeah, Stick sent me this. It's really, really cool. Little whiteboard. You can write on your team, any notes for the week, who you're going to captain, and all these little players come on and off. So you can set up your team, play around with it. It's really, really cool. And you can get it on Amazon. So it's a great Christmas gift if you've got any FPL pals. It's well worth checking out. So I just wanted to show you that. They haven't paid me anything to do an ad or anything, but I just wanted to show you. I am going to turn the green screen back on. Had to turn it off because it's green and it basically ruined everything. Right, I'll try not to knock the mic again because that's just going to get annoying. Apologies, guys. I just wanted to check that we've not had any leaks come through while I've been chatting. Yeah, it's all quiet at the moment. We're over 100 likes, so thank you, guys. As I said, stream's a bit quieter than some, so there's hope that I'll get to your question. I'm doing all right at the moment. Which is the main thing. Again, I've managed to lose my place in the chat. Profit. Haaland to Solanke or Alvarez. I would go with Solanke. I don't know. It depends, though. Like, it's only because Alvarez blanks next week. I think you just need to consider your route there. Areola or Turner. I think I'd go Areola just. Right, here is the update we wanted from FPL Tony. Early transfers, gang, won't be punished this time. So that is in reference to Haaland. So that is as clear confirmation as you needed. If you had any doubt that Haaland was going to play, he is not going to play. That is the update straight from the leak at City. I'm just going to update the graphic as well. So Haaland out for Crystal Palace. There we go. Let me know if you was watching any other streams whether I got that news first. Hang on, I'm just struggling now to update the graphic on your screen. You know what I'm like for multitasking. To be fair, I'm going to blame my computer performance because it's really letting me down recently. Well, we've got a loading screen. I hope you don't lose me. That would be a disaster. I might put another poll up now that we've got that, actually. Just so that we can get a bit of a... I'll obviously end the captain poll. It's currently 81% Salah, 14% Son, 6% other. So the new poll is going to be Haaland out for game week 80 for game week 7 for game week 17. Keep or sell. It was about 1/3, 2/3 last time, so we'll see if that's changed. So remember, this is the account that gave us the information that Haaland was going to miss out last week, who has now updated us to say the early transfers gang won't be punished, which, reading between the lines, says that Haaland will not be involved again this weekend. Which is basically what Pep said anyway. There's no great shock there, but it's nice to just have a bit more certainty in that news. Hopefully you found that useful. Killer Rat staying firmly on the channel saying don't watch other streams. I know some people hop between, which is absolutely fine. But you will get your question asked if you're in this answered if you're in this one. Jack says on free hit, is Moreno an option with Dean suspended? Yeah, I think I fancy a Villa shutout this week. It'll all be going mad now on the tweet deck now that we've got that news in. Yeah, it doesn't sound like De Bruyne's quite as close as maybe Pep wanted either. So I've done my move of Watkins in for Haaland. I'm probably going to take a -4 for Trent in for Tsimikas as well. Yeah, so I think it's worth saying that the fact that we've got this leak suggests that Haaland won't be in the squad. Again, that's reading between the lines. So similar stats, though, to earlier. 2/3 looking to keep, 1/3 looking to sell. Yak says Isaac or Solanke for Haaland. I'd go Solanke. Boomer, sell Diaby for Richarlison for a -8? No. Graham said you got it first. I'll thank you. I did have that account on tweet notifications. Boomer, sell Diaby for Richarlison for a -8. I'm sure I've had that one already. No. Killer Rat says, let's get up to 30k. We're doing well. Seeing as I brought you that leak first, well, via Twitter. If you haven't subscribed already, now is the moment to do so. Toby off to oh gosh, accidentally bought Semenyo instead of Solanke. Crikey. Mohammed, what do you think about Richarlison and Bailey? Oh, Richardson and Bailey. Prefer Bailey. Daniel, Son in for Palmer, Gordon and Bowen. That's a really difficult one. There's not a lot between them. Possibly Bowen. Makis is asking if Turner will play. I should imagine so. Oh, no, it's Vlachodimos is predicted to start. I thought that Turner had won his place back. Was that not what happened? Daly says Haaland to Solanke and Sanchez to Neto for a -4. If you're not going to have a goalkeeper starting this week, then I think the hit's okay. And Neto, yeah, you know what you're going to get with him. Isaac or Solanke for Haaland? Solanke. Nut says, Turner and Johnston, what would you do? Pray. Yeah, it doesn't... I think maybe take the risk on Turner starting. I mean, the fixture isn't great. Have you got 2 frees? Is it for free or for a hit? If you've got free transfer, then maybe make the upgrade. Study, Haaland and Gordon or Hwang for Son and Watkins. Hwang for Son and Watkins. Yeah, lots saying start Turner. Najesh says, is Tsimikas fine? Yeah, haven't heard otherwise. Ivan, Kaminsky or Raya? Well, there's a golfing class. Got to be Raya. Please only ask a question once, guys. At least give me a chance of answering them all. John, happy days, Holly. Watkins back and Trent for a -4. Bye-bye, Haaland, as Roy Keane said it. Are you copying my moves, John? Alvarez and Solanke depends on how you're covered for 18 when Alvarez blanks. Just having a look to see whether we've got any more info coming through. TweetDeck's open, of course. Simon, 4 months as a member already. Where has the time gone? It's flown by. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone. I'm going to be brave or stupid, but no Newcastle. I mean, at your position, anything goes. As long as you're having fun, that's the main thing. That's what I'd say. Cash out for a -8. Who's your option on the bench? Henriette looking at a -8 for Trent. Well, it's only a -4, I guess, in isolation. I'd probably do it. I might make them Trent move. Don't know. I probably ought to wait to see if there's any more leaks. Mod, I would bench Lascelles. Dr. Waleed, Conser v Palmer. Palmer, he's on pens. Start Gordon or Palmer? Palmer's fully fitting on pens, but I don't like benching Gordon. Start Matoma or Gordon, I'd probably go Gordon. Izzy's 2 frees. Solanke in for Haaland and Gordon to Salah. Is there another route to Salah? Do you have to sell Gordon? Is he your weakest midfielder right now? I'd put him 4th behind Salah, Son and Saka. Ryan, I would start Gordon over Matoma. Porro for a -4. It depends who's coming in, Tony. Dr. Angelus, another member. Thoughts on selling Haaland for Jesus? I plan to get Watkins next week. I'd just get Watkins this week. Watkins is a far better longer-term hold. Muckwith, replacement for Gayen and Bomo, 0.4 in the bank. I'd go with Bomo down to Gordon or Palmer if you've not got them already. And then Gay, if you can get to Porro, if not an Arsenal defender perhaps. Mohamed, bench one of Nunes, Gordon, Solanke, Palmer. Probably go be Gordon of those. Gordon. Is that the Gordon? Should I swap you doggy for Porro? Seems very sideways. Study Haaland and Gordon or Hwang for Son and Watkins. I've had that one already as well. Different sort of question from Ty16. After a player is suspended, what happens next? Is there a further suspension? Yeah, after 10 yellow cards, it's a 2-match ban, and I think that goes like to game week. I don't know. Is it to the end of the season? I think it could be to the end of the season. I don't know if it does like reset or anything. I don't think Cash will start. News on Leon Bailey is that Ben's predicting him to start. He's not been ruled out. Late fitness test. Could change though. Right, there's a lot of people spamming the chat that's getting put in time out at the moment. Porro for a -4. Depends who they're coming in for. I think it's like Trent for a -4, which I'm doing this week, is far easier a move than Porro for a -4, in my opinion. If you can just do it for free next week. A Jay, Watkins or Solanke? I prefer Watkins. I think he's better long term. Tawfiq, punt on Richarlison captain. No, I don't like it. Lewis says best deadline stream is yours by a mile. Oh, thank you. Adam, Son captain. Yeah, I don't hate it. I prefer Salah. I don't think there's that much between them. Big fat giraffe. I'm in a complete mess. So many injuries on my team. Is Mitchell fit? Yes, he is. Beast mode. Wilson or Darwin? Darwin. Rohan. Haaland to Watkins. Maguire to Porro for -4. Or play Simicast. I wouldn't take the hit. I'd just play Simicast. Nabeen. All bench players injured or not starting. Should I take a hit? Yeah, probably. I think it's fine. I think most people will be on a hit this week, and I think that's absolutely fine. Akshay, Simicast or Gabriel, who to start? I'd go Simicast. Right, I'm just going to have a look through to see if we've got anything else on the tweet deck. People asking for Gordon leaks. I don't think we're going to get them, to be fair. Yeah, we're fine for now. Still not locked in my -4 to get in Trent for Simicast. I'd start Simicast over Gabriel. United haven't scored at Anfield since 2018, by the way. Tony, Bayern, Kunku for Alvarez, have Haaland and Watkins. No, keep Alvarez, sell Haaland. I wouldn't buy on Kunku there because I don't think he starts this week. What do I think of Sterling over Palmer? I think Palmer's a better asset. Tanisha, Watkins captain, thoughts, Holly? He's away, isn't he? I don't think he's that strong a pick for captaincy this week. Ajay, whoop. Here we go. Another place lost in the chat. Watkins or Solanke for Haaland? Watkins. I've seen that one as well before. S, bring in Porro for a hit, but we'll need to bench one of Saliba, Gabriel, Lascelles. Yeah, that's fine. Alvarez or Jackson? Gotta be Alvarez, as long as you can get away with benching him next week. I think when I was answering random questions, Killer asked what is the flight speed of an unladen swallow. Not my area of expertise. Cayman, Wisser out. I can get Watkins or Solanke. Go for the differential. Depends. I think Watkins is going to be a solid pick all season, though. I don't think you need to complicate it. Jay, 2 free transfers. Still got the wild card. Need a fun gamble in midfield while I dead end my team. So I'm guessing you're going to wild card in 20. So you need someone for the next 3. So if we look at differentials, Odegaard, Martinelli, Adingra. I like Decore, but he is 1 yellow off a ban. I mean, they're not the most exciting, if I'm honest. Sometimes being boring is enough of an advantage. I saw someone posted on Twitter earlier, I think it might have been FPL Raptor, 3 game weeks at random deadlines. We've got a Friday deadline, a Thursday deadline, a Boxing Day deadline. People will forget to update their teams. You can just play boring FPL moves and make up ground. Maria, Son or Palmer captain? Got to be Son. Nick. Should I get a -4 to get Haaland out? It would be Diaby or Gabriela's first sub to come in. I think you sell Haaland. I'm tempted to triple captain on Salah. Really tempted to. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't think it's worth it. Keep the questions coming, guys, and keep the likes coming as well. Nearly up to 150 likes, which is amazing. Nearly up to 29.1k subs, which means that I only need 300 more subscribers in the final 3 game weeks of the year to get to that magical 30k, which seems doable. Just might need a little bit of help. Zarax, You need to start telling your friends and family to subscribe, basically. Is a -4 Darwin to Watkins worth it? No. I think Darwin will do well. He scored a brace in his fixture last season. AI suggests going with Flecken instead of Pickford this game week. Penny for your thoughts. I'd probably go Pickford, to be fair. I think Villa will score on current form. Is selling Haaland for Watkins fine? Yes, get it done. How do you fare Alvarez's performance minus Haaland? Better. Punt on Wilson? I don't think he's going to start this week. Beckers, Cash to Porro or Ferguson to Solanke? Both spots have to be played because my other defenders are suspended. Cash to Porro seems like a good move. FPL Obsessed. Good to see you. If I already have Watkins and Darwin up front, it would make sense to keep Haaland right. Not sure who I'll get if I take a -4 hit to replace him anyway. Don't fancy Solanke. Yeah, that's fine. Tom suggests that you can subscribe with different accounts. So I got a bit confused earlier on my other stream because someone was asking for the link to subscribe. You can just do it at the top of your screen. And to be fair, if you're commenting, you will be subscribed because I'm pretty sure I've got subscribers only mode on now. With 38 minutes to deadline. I'm tempted to make this other transfer, to be fair. We feel like we're getting close. Ross is holding Haaland until we get a timeline. Well, we know he's going to miss this week and he's going to miss next week because he blanks. You can get him back in 20 or 19 if you need to. But I think the fact that he's a doubt for a week's time and he's already missed a game, like, it doesn't look great. Ella, Gordon to McAtee or Saka? I'd get Saka in if you don't own him already. Or Wang Neto to fit Trippier. Well, Trippier's suspended this week. Allows me to upgrade Areola as well, yeah. Taverner or Solanke in for Haaland and Gordon? I think double Bournemouth is maybe a bit much. Nelson says I'm tempted to captain Solanke. No, I wouldn't do that. Son or Palmer captain? Son. Simicas is fine. Son in for Palmer, Gordon or Bowen? I'm sure I've done that one already. Bowen. Nikhil, I want to bench Haaland knowing I would want him back in 19. Should I bench him and get Richarlison for bench fodder, Elliot Anderson? Yeah, that works. I think those that... VJ's just brought in you doggy. He's one off a ban. One yellow off a ban. I'm pretty sure. Did he get sent off? I get confused what happens if we've got a red card. Maybe it doesn't apply. Light Ray says you'll hit 30k before 2024. I hope so. I think the thing is with Haaland and selling him is if you've got Darwin and Watkins, then it becomes less easy to know where to go. And at that point, it feels a bit pointless. Like, I don't own Watkins, or I didn't. So there was enough there for me to capitalise. Vladimir would bench Lascelles. Gary says Gordon or Darwin Núñez to start. Darwin. I wouldn't bench either. Is Gordon like... I think you need... I don't know, it's hard. Some people now, especially with Haaland out, will have 8 strong attackers. Paolo, yeah, I'd do the -4. I'd go Bowen to Son Mohammed. I'd go Leno over Areola. Fabio, should I take a -4? Anderson Kabore out for Pau. I think I'd just do it for free next week. I think Brentford will score at home. Still need to make another transfer, by the way, guys. Just make sure I've not missed anything. No, it doesn't look like it. Let's just check the tweet deck. Yeah, nothing there either. Ooh, Kazakhstan, I would go Willian. Sandy gone from 100k to 1 million in 2 weeks. Wow. If you can drop that quickly, you can go up that quickly, though. Semenyo, a good alternative for Solanke. I don't love it. Son over Salah captain for Josh. Paolo, I'm pretty sure you've asked me this question about 5 times now. I wouldn't triple captain Salah this week. Jerome, Darwin or Solanke for Haaland? I'd go... I prefer Darwin. Captain Son or Salah? I prefer Salah just. My captain is Salah this week, Son vice. Sandeep, Diaby or Badiashile? To start, I think Diaby. Killerat says, if I go Haaland to Solanke, I'll have 8.2 in the bank. Suck it up, Killerat. We're going to be in this position for the next few months now, I think, with AFCON and the Asia Cup in January. Black. I have Watkins. Should I bring in Solanke or Rao? Solanke. Captain Son or Salah? Next wildcard is available for the Game Week 21 deadline. Charlie, Captain Bowen, Salah, Solanke, Son. Salah or Son? Ahmed's predicting a Jackson hat-trick, which is bold. Yellows get wiped after 19, said Dennis. Yeah, they don't get wiped. The threshold increases to 10. Besplitter, start Simicas or Lascelles? Simicas. Captain Alvarez. Yeah, I don't hate that one, actually. FPL Hey, -8. Gay, Haaland and Maguire to Porro, Watkins and Sensei. Have Trippier and Taylor. Yeah, get it done. Trent as my captain, says Tarek. That is bold as well, to be fair. Right, we are 30 minutes out to the deadline. Do another check of the tweet deck. All looks clear. Checking all my additional sources. All looks clear. Just that confirmed news that Haaland won't be involved for City against Palace. Fabra, I would bench. Again, I've just lost your question. But it means that I'm nearly at the end of the chat. Keep the questions coming. I would bench White. Best front 3 now. I think it's a front 2, potentially. Watkins, Darwin, Watkins, Solanke. Bringing Parry for -4. Bench one of Saliba, Gabriel, Lascelles. Yeah, bench Lascelles. Kudus and Colwell in Mitchell and Burmo out. Mitchell's fit, so I'd maybe just do the one for free. Rowan. Archer to Watkins for a -4. Playing Simicas. Yep. Saka captain. Don't hate it. Goalkeepers. Dubravka. Up to Martinez. Seen some people buy Neto this week. Jay says, thanks, Holly. Great stream as always. Feel like I'm chatting to a mate. Oh, thank you. Sonam has Sterling. Should I keep him? Fixtures are there, so yeah, maybe. Vinith, 4-5-1 a good formation, considering I have Watkins as a good striker. Midfielders, Salah, Son, Saka, Gordon, Palmer. Yeah, that's fine. Killerat says, why is no one talking about Jesus? I tipped him as a differential on Fanzone earlier. Can you get Fanzone, Killerat? I think he's a good option. I just don't know if I want to be doubled up on Arsenal. So that's the thing. David's thinking of using the Haaland money to go kudos to Saka. Yeah, I'd do that. Saka captain's fine. Double Arsenal defence and Simicast. Should I move one out for Porro for a -4? No, I don't think so. Ella, by Saka or Gordon? Saka. Gary, Anthony, Gordon or Darwin? Which one to start? Probably Darwin, just because I'm more confident he starts on the pitch. Oh, it's on the Premier League's digital output globally, Killer Rat, so maybe on a sports channel where you are. Again, I've lost my place in this chat. Son or Salah captain? Is Salah for me. Saka captain's also okay, but I think Salah's kind of the standout. AK, Foden over Palmer? Yeah, if you've got a plan to bench him next week, that's fine. Martinelli or He-Chan? Martinelli. Abdul, who to transfer out for Porro? Simicast, Gabriel or Maguire because he's injured. Sterling captain? Absolutely not. Will Gusto play? Yeah, I think so. Was he on the Chelsea predicted lineup? Yeah, not actually that convincing. I think with him coming back from injury, it may not happen this week. -4, Solanke from Haaland. Probably just about. It's if you fancy Solanke. I don't, but it's easy for me to say because I didn't have him. Haaland for Jackson is the change that will kill it this week, says Stephen. Why are you benching Newcastle defenders? Not confident in a clean sheet? No, they're on their knees at the moment, Newcastle. They've not had the squad depth. They've been unlucky with injuries, but it's been a punishing schedule. Killer at fancies Jesus captain. I don't. Bringing him in is one thing. Giving him the armband is another. Salah, Saka, Son is where you need to go for captaincy. Dennis says 6 red players, 1 free transfer. Is it wise to free hit? I don't think so, because I think you're going to have the same problems next week. I'd play Gordon, Tommy. Zufi, Cole for a hit? No, I don't think so. I think Shaw could play centre-back if you're worried. Who else have you got to come off your bench? Sterling or Son? Got to be Son. You're getting you the wild card, Sam, after game week 20. Martinez or Leno? I think I'd go Martinez. Watkins and Isaac. Should I do -4 for Darwin? No. After selling Haaland, should I buy Trent? It's what I'm going to do. Salah captain over Saka for me. Let me put my team back on screen. Who's better option long term? Sterling or Bowen? Bowen. Gusto. Had that one already. Plitter looking at -4. Cash to Trent or Bowen Gordon to Son. Probably Son. Should I go for He-Chan? 1 yellow off a ban. I don't think I'd do it. Is Darwin Núñez a girl? I mean, I've not been his greatest fan so far. Isaac a good option to captain? No. I wouldn't get Sterling on wildcard? No. Start Martinelli or He-Chan? I'd go Martinelli. Oyston, Son captain? I just think Salah's got the edge. -4 to get Son in for Palmer or Bowen. Maybe for Bowen, but I'm not sure it's worth it. Maybe next week for free. Sensi or Simicast bench? I'd bench Sensi. Is Lascelles out? No. Am I taking a hit for Trent? Yeah, I need to get on with the move, actually. Let me just have a check that there's no other leaks, and then I'll probably just do it. It's going to be for a -4. Yeah, Sterling again, one off the ban, as is Palmer. Some notion that maybe it would be convenient for them to get banned for the Christmas Eve fixture away at Wolves. Certainly those with kids. It's something worth considering, actually. There's always those players that, you know, get themselves sent off so they don't need to train on Christmas Day. Right, how are we doing then? I'm going to take this hit for Trent. It feels a bit indulgent, but why not? It is Christmas. Tsimikas is going out. Trent is coming in. He's going to be in my team long term. Hopefully he's there till the end of the season. He is in. That is me locked with a -4 hit. No one's going for Isaac because there's a rotation risk, because share minutes with Wilson. They're both fit. Well, KG, thanks for last week. You advised me not to truffle captain Haaland. Who would have been your vice captain, though? Start Palmer or Darwin? Darwin. Essence. Anyone taking more than a hit this week? Let me put this up as a poll. How many hits this week? We'll do none, -4, -8, more. Because I know Simon will have been like, oh yeah, I've taken a -20. He said, have a fantastic game week, call. Have to drop off to look after my youngest brother. Good to see you, Simon. Hope you have a good weekend with the little ones. Probiak, -4 to get Son in for Palmer or Bowen. Yeah, maybe for Bowen. Romero or Lascelles? Romero. Roy, bench 1. Gordon, Saka, Bowen. Gordon if you have to. Matoma out for Tavernier for a -4. No. Start Pinnock or He-Chan? He-Chan. Double up on Son and Richarlison? Yeah, I like that as differential. Okay to start Isaac or transfer to Watkins. I'm on a wild card. I'd go Watkins. Which 2 defenders, please? Tsimikas, Gabriel, Udogie, Tarkowski. I think I'd bench Gabriel. Yeah, I think so, just. I think Isaac will start this week. You're going to have the same problem week in, week out, not knowing who starts. Will Mikolenko play? No hits this week from time, by the way. Will Mikolenko play? I think, yeah, it's predicted to. There wasn't an issue, was there, that I've missed? We're 20 minutes out, by the way, guys. No other leaks as far as I can see. No early team news for Spurs. By the looks of things. Just keeping an eye out. You know, there's a small chance that the FPL site goes down with Haaland being a big topic, so you never know. Don't leave it too late, is all I'd say. Saka or Nkunku for captain? Saka. Nkunku might not even start. Kufal or Lascelles? Lascelles. Bailey or Semenyo? I'd go Semenyo. Romero or Lascelles? I'd go Romero. Triple captain Salah, I wouldn't do it. Darwin or Alvarez? Depends if you can get away with benching Alvarez next week, then maybe Alvarez. If you're going to hold him long term. Will Bailey play? Rumoured to be doing so. Sorry, I thought I had another leak coming, but it wasn't what I expected. Burn or Tsimikas? Tsimikas. Mikolenko, Kufal, Tsimikas, Porro. Probably Kufal. Triple hit this week. It's a triple hit, a -12. Trying to make it sound less bad. Life Jeep, who should I sell, take, get for Watkins? It's for Haaland. I mean, if you've already got Solanke and Watkins, it doesn't make it very easy. Darwin, you don't have to sell him. KG, I messed up and put on Son as opposed to what? Gabore or Colwill, -4. Probably Colwill, -4. Double up on Son Richarlison. Yeah, don't mind that. Please only ask a question once, guys. I was getting to the end. Buy Gordon, Diaby or Kulu for a dinger for a -4. Probably don't like any of them for a hit this week. Maybe next week for free. Miguel, Isaac or Jimenez to partner Solanke. Don't love either. Gordon news, no new news. Just what you can see on screen. Late fitness test, but I would hold him and start him. Mod's doing a great job in the last few minutes. Thanks, guys. Facts ask Nunes or Isaac. Nunes for me. Pulse driver. Sell Haaland and Gordon for Salah and Trent. They're in different positions, so I'm going to say no. I'd keep Gordon. I'd get Salah, though. Livramento or Kufal? Livramento. No, I've not seen anything on Mikolenko. Guy for Colwell or Pau? I'd probably go Pau. We're 15 minutes out to the deadline, by the way, guys. Start Livramento or Kufal. Livramento. I'm sure I've done that one again. I'm getting there with questions. There will be time. Sterling, captain or Son? Gotta be Son. My husband decides with 15 minutes to go that he's going to WhatsApp me for FPL advice. Haaland to Watkins and Burke to Alexander Arnold bench. Sorry, this isn't particularly entertaining, is it? Sorry, done my admin. Gotta keep the other half sweet. Happy husband, happy life. In terms of the hit poll, 61% are taking a hit this week. Majority of those -4, but 13% are -8, and 9% even more. My gut says on Kunku goal on debut, says Killer App. Potentially. VJ is locked in. I just realised I've got the tweet deck open. You probably want to see my team. Got a bit distracted there. I'll be honest. Pickford or Raya? Raya. Should I sell Haaland for Gordon? I've already done that one. Alvarez for Solanke. No, I'm not sure I'd do that. Sensei or Mikolenko, Sensei. Shamel's gone for Solanke, but we'll be watching on Kunku. I think we all will. Matoma or Tsimikas? Matoma. Gordon or Powell to bench? I'd bench Powell. Should I play Kufal? No. Bench Isaac or Sterling? Sterling. Palmer should be fine, as far as I know. Start Cash or Saliba? Saliba. Who to bench? Gordon, Palmer or Darwin? Maybe Gordon just. Isaac or Raul Jimenez? I don't love either. Akshat is locked in with the team. Nice one. -12 for Josh. Cole Porro in. Share Cash out. Told share. Bomo to Son free. Haaland to Solanke -4. Son cap over Salah thoughts. I wouldn't do the Colwell in for share move. The rest sounds okay. Watkins or Solanke? Watkins. Edison now flagged last minute. What? Can't see anything. I think we're okay. I've just checked everything. Thomas said, Salah is my captain. Who should be my vice? Palmer, Saka, Solanke. Brackets, sometimes it is important. I think I go Saka. Abdul says, all the best for your 100-pointer. I hope so. Reece to Trent or Porro? Trent. I'd probably bench Gordon. Lily, Alvarez or Watkins? I'd go Watkins. Pond Life, still have my wild card. Do I play it before or after the 19 deadline? I'd play it into 20, especially if you sold Haaland. Checkmate says, I did a -8. Anderson to Porro, Haaland to Watkins, a Dingra to Son. Bench is Bell, Trippier, Mubama. Yeah, that sounds wise in that case. I think that's absolutely fine. Roy is watching from Uganda, Africa. Good to see you. Tsimikas or Zinchenko starts. Tsimikas. FPL World with a -12. I wouldn't triple captain Salah, no. Adam. 1 game week only. I would go Alvarez. FPL World said, sold my ticket for Forest Spurs tonight. I think we'll get hammered. Cooper out. Surely you've got to go through thick and thin. 10 minutes to deadline, guys. If you're not locked in, now is the time. No leaks from Spurs as things stand. David is in. He says, hi, Holly. Sion says, bench boost, ultimate flex. No. Oh, dear. I'm quite hopeful for this game week, to be fair. Looks like a decent one. It's always nice when you've got the majority of your players at home. Got 8 of the 11 at home. Beardy is in. Good to see you, mate. Dishad, tell me about Bailey. Could start. You hold on to him. FPL World were the worst team to watch. Yeah, it was all looking so good those first few game weeks, wasn't it? Got the win against... Is it United? I can't remember. So there were some big wins, some big scalps. And then it's just gone downhill from there. My father-in-law's a Forest fan, so I am always tracking their progress or lack of. Awoniyi, a big loss. He started the season in such good form. Those of you asking on captaincy, Salah, Son, Saka in that order would be my top three, and I wouldn't really look beyond those three. I can't imagine anyone doesn't own at least one of those. 9 minutes to deadline. 8 minutes to deadline, sorry. No leaks on the availability of Spurs players. Remember, it was the Spurs team news we were hoping for with that early kickoff against Forest. I've got multiple tabs open for leaks. But if there is nothing to report, there's nothing to report. Do you want my team on screen or the tweet deck? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll open the tweet deck on another tab, and then we can't miss anything then, but I'm going to keep my team on screen. Always gets a bit manic these last few minutes. Killer Rat's going Jesus captain. You've been looking for my like. I can't think of the word that I need to use. It's been that long a day. My permission, I guess, to captain Jesus. I've not given you permission and you're doing it anyway. Jim Flat, take a risk on Burnley's not a risk. Get him in. AB, if I'm keeping Haaland, should I start? There's no way he's going to be involved. Tarek, any news on lineups? We've had nothing, I'm afraid. I've got everything open for leaks and they're just not coming. There are no leaks, basically. We've got 7 minutes to go. 6.5 minutes, actually. So there's a chance, I guess. While we're waiting for this late news to come in, please make sure you're liking the stream and subscribing to the channel. If I've helped you at all this season, remember I'm going for 30k by the end of the year. I've got 3 game weeks to do it. I'm 891 off. So if you're watching at the moment, around half the people that watch my content don't subscribe. So if you're one of the 100 watching that don't subscribe, press that button. And then if we get any leaks, I will let you know. Honestly, there's no leaks at the moment. There's nothing. I wish there was. It's always nice to get them. David is in a 3-4-3. Nice one. Mike wants to know, start Alvarez or Watkins, both of them. Why are you not starting any Newcastle defenders? Because Trent and Porro, you have to start every week because they've got the most attacking threat. And I prefer Saliba's clean sheet chance against Brighton at home than Livramento or Lascelles. It's a close call between Saliba and Livramento. You never know this time of year anyway that you could need that first sub. Patrick says the transfer page is not loading. Is that real? I did say, guys, get locked in. Sometimes I can't tell whether my transfer page is loading. Mine seems okay. Sometimes if there's a problem, the app generally works. Tom says, thank you for getting us to the deadline. You're a calming voice in a stressful game. Oh, thank you. I've been told that a few times, actually. In a previous life, when I was a teacher, I got told I was quite calm as well. I don't feel calm inside, if that helps. I'm obviously outwardly calm, inwardly not. 5 minutes to deadline. Again, there's absolutely no news of any leaks for Forest against Spurs. Yeah, Fabazled said the website is fine, I agree. Keep hitting that subs button, guys. Hopefully you can't hear my kids wailing in the background. I'm pretty sure they've decided to use this 5 minutes to play a game of babies, with one of them deciding to scream wildly for no reason. I assure you there's probably nothing wrong with them. It's all under control. Captain Saka, Son, Watkins, Alvarez. Captaincy ranks, top for me, Salah. Second, Son. Third, Saka. I feel like it's going to be a game week where we don't get any leaks. Which is a shame. It'd have been nice to get a leak. But if there are no leaks, there are no leaks, I'm afraid. That is just the nature of the beast. We are 2.5 minutes out. So if you're not locked in, you need to crack on. Still nothing on WhatsApp, nothing on Discord, nothing on the tweet deck in terms of leaks. Yeah, I think the FPL website is running fine, contrary to some rumours that we've had. MJ says, is Haaland really out or is Pep playing mind games? Yeah, we've had the leak. The same leak that leaked that he was out last week said that he's out. However, maybe Pep's blindsiding us all and he's feeding false information out because he's annoyed that it got out. That would be the ultimate, wouldn't it? I'm just going to have a look how many people are sold Haaland this week. 1.28 million. His ownership is down at 71.4%. Bear in mind he started the season well over 85. That is quite the fall. Make sure you've set your captain, your vice-captain and your bench. Going to give this a quick refresh. And it's loading slow. Could just be my PC. Oh no, it's there, look. I've done a -4. I sold Haaland for Watkins. I've just seen FPL Tony's posted a video on Twitter. What is this about? It's just come up on my notifications and now gone on TweetDeck. I can't even see it. Nothing's loading. I don't even know if it's me. Has he just posted something? I don't know. That's fine. Right. That is it. If as I make it, the deadline has gone. If you weren't locked in, it is too late. It's time to put those pens down. It's been quite the week getting organised for this stream. I've got to have some hope for this one. I've obviously taken a -4, but I am quite confident in my team looking at, the options that I've got on the table. I think it's going to be a good week. So I am going to stop things there. Thank you so much to everyone that has joined the stream this week. It's been a very busy week. Next week's going to be a busy one as well because it's a Thursday deadline. So appreciate everyone that has joined me again today. Keep liking, keep subscribing. We are on the road to 30k by the end of the year, but I will need your support. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great game week. I'll be back on Monday with another video.